What's going on, guys, and welcome back to another episode of Career Mode. This is episode number 220. We start today's episode off by putting a new bid in for, is Ninkov? Is that how you pronounce that? Stefan Ninkov of Stoke City. Now, I said before, this guy's a Serbian, 26 years old, 85 overall. Looks like the possible regen of Nemanja Vidic. Very, very decent. 5'11", which is not the best, but, he still looks like a very decent centre-back. We put a new bid there, and also Southampton wants Suso, and we asked him to match 69 million. If any club's going to buy one of my big players again, they need to pay 69 million pounds. That's the benchmark now. And also Stoke said they wanted 14.5 million pounds for Stefan Ninkov. So I said, okay, I'll give you 14 million pounds. I want to keep that 500 grand. I'll give you 14 million pounds and wait to see what they say. Liverpool have accepted a transfer for Howell, Sean Howell, the left mid, 21 years old. He looks like he's got a decent future, but we'll see if we can sign him. And also Lichnowsky has accepted his contract. And again, I wasn't really sure how good he is. I was still waiting for a scout to get a report on him, because I wasn't really sure whether £7 million was a fair deal or not. But Sunderland accepted a bid of £2.3 million for Sinclair. And again, I'm not really sure how good these players are. They look, from first viewing, they look okay. But I'm not sure how good they are. I need like a proper scout report to know for sure. And also Sevilla won't let us go in for Oscar Polo. Of course, this is the 83 to 85 rated striker who is very, very talented. In some places, it looks like he's an 85. Some places, it looks like an 83. But we offer £24 million and we'll wait see what they say, because I'd love to get this guy in. I really would. He could be one of those new gens or regens that could turn out to be a real star of the series, if you will. The Stoke have accepted a transfer offer of £14 million for Nemanja Vidic 2.0, and we go ahead and offer him a contract, 4 years on sporadic first team player status. He won't get into the team that much, just like Bartley, so I don't really want to give him important first team player status, but he is 85 overall, so he surely deserves a bit better than that. But anyway, Sean Howell is going to come in for £3 million, and also Lichnowsky, I'm still not sure if I want him, so I decided to go ahead and reject it, because of course we are now going in for Ninkov, so we've agreed a fee for that player, so we may as well not even bother with Lichnowsky. As for Christian Sinclair, well, that's only £2.3 million, I think it is, so to be honest, I don't mind accepting that. We'll stall it just for the time being, but that's barely any money considering now we've got £57 million of disposable income. So anyway, Southampton said the bid for Suso, the counter offer, they're not going to match it, but Sevilla said they want £38 million for Oscar Polo, and that doesn't sound like that bad of a deal considering the fact he's clearly going to grow to an amazing potential. But we offer 30 million and we'll wait and see what the Spanish side say. But here's a look at Sean Howell, the left midfield, 71 overall, 3-star skills, 2-star weak foot, some decent physical stats, nothing else really. We'll try and send him out on loan, but that probably won't happen, but hopefully next year we'll send him out on loan and he'll get some game time. Also Nacho Camacho, the best name in the world, my agent comes to us and says England and Mexico are apparently going to offer me a contract to manage their nations, and I really hope that's the case. I don't believe it, but still, Ninkov wants a better squad status. That's not a real surprise. We give him squad rotation and 5% goal bonus, and we wait and see what he says. And Sevilla have accepted the £30 million transfer for Oscar Polo, so we go ahead and offer him a contract. He just looks like an absolutely fantastic player. He really does, and even though he probably will be an 83, not an 85 overall, even so, that's still really good. Just for a 21-year-old, and you'd imagine that 4 or 5 seasons down the line, this guy could be approaching 90, and that would be a real delight, wouldn't it? Especially when you consider the fact he's got that lovely 5-star skill and weak foot asset as well. But anyway, we take on Blackburn Rovers for the first game of today's episode. We take them on here at the Den. This is the Capital One Cup semi-final second leg. We won the first leg by 3-0. Newcastle finished their tie with Peterborough and they thrashed them 8-1 on aggregate, which is not a real surprise. So whatever team goes through will be taking on Newcastle in the finals. But as we do have that 3-goal advantage, you'd have to say it's surely going to be us. So I did rest the majority of the players. 1 or 2 stayed out there, such as Eric Dier, but other than that, most of the first 11 got dropped, and it took us just 2.5 minutes to score the first goal of the game. Danny Ings scores it as well, and it's amazing. We've got Danny Ings and Ezekiel in this side, both on form, yet we're looking to sign a £30 million striker. What's that about? But even so, Danny Ings saying to the crowd, that's what I can do. You guys have got to tell the manager, we want Danny Ings to be the #1 striker, not Ezekiel, not Polo coming in, not Michael Nguda, the title winner, or Harry Kane, or Anderson Rodriguez. No, we want me as the main striker. So Danny Ings with a lovely little finesse there. I love Danny Ings' finesses on this game. I don't know why, but he's the striker I always look to finesse with when he goes through one-on-one. That was a wonderful goal, and it is 1-0. And in the 31st minute, Danny Wright gets on the ball. Plays a quick 1-2 with brilliant McCullough, goes through 1-on-1, but our new left back can't make it 2-0. He puts his shot wide and he is denied his first Millwall goal with some inaccurate shooting. And in the 49th minute we had a corner. Eric Dier goes for the header. Unfortunately it goes straight into the gloves of the goalkeeper Keane. But to be honest, the game was just really poor, and we just started the second half. Blackburn really didn't get out of the traps at all, and as Keane kicks the ball forward long, we win the header with Catamol, go forward once again. It's McCullough who finds Harry Kane. Kane with a double step over, he goes to shoot and he finds the back of the net. So 50 minutes in, Millwall 2, Blackburn 0, and there was any doubt in our mind that we could have an absolutely incredible meltdown here and Blackburn could win the tie 4-3 on aggregate. Any chance of that happening had now gone. We were 2-0 up, 5-0 aggregate, and in the 90th minute Harry Kane then makes it 6-0 on aggregate and 3-0 on the night. Another goal for Harry Kane, 2 for him, 1 for Danny Ings, and it's just hilarious, isn't it? We're going in for a £30 million striker. Yeah, Ezekiel is having an amazing debut season. Danny Ings is on fire as usual, and even Harry Kane is chipping in with the goals when he gets a chance. It's absolutely crazy. And Anderson Rodriguez gets a few games here and there and plays really well. Michael Ngoo, well, we can't replace him anyway. It's ridiculous. Our problems don't lie up front, but I'm still going in for that striker. But anyway, we are through to the next round of the Capital One Cup, which is obviously the final. Why didn't I say that? We're through to the Capital One Cup final after a 6-0 aggregate win against Blackburn. Newcastle beat Peterborough by 8-1 aggregate. So we'll take on Newcastle in the final. That'll be a live commentary, and hopefully that'll be our first piece of silverware of the season as well. And also we offered Ninkov a new contract. He wasn't happy with the last one, and also Oscar Polo, he wasn't happy with his contract either. So we offered them both new deals, and we shall wait and see what the players say to those deals, and hopefully we can get them in on the next time, and we can just stop having these negotiations. But yeah, also Desi says he's disappointed he's not getting into the team very often, and I was like, well, you're a youth player, mate, you can't expect too much. And Ngu says thanks for getting me into the team, so there you go. Anyway, Ninkov has accepted his contract, Oscar Polo has accepted his contract, so finally we've got the two men in. We've got Oscar Polo of Sevilla, the Colombian striker, who could be the regen of Falcao, very decent, and also Stefan Ninkov of Stoke City, the regen, or possible regen of Vidic. So there's two possible regens there. We've possibly got Vidic's regen and possibly Falcao's regen. You never know. Of course, you can never be sure, but you certainly wouldn't bet against that being the case. So Oscar Polo comes in, Stefan Ninkov comes in, and I'm very happy with those two deals. I think the business of selling Bartley for £69 million has been really good. I genuinely do. I think we've made a couple of great signings there, to be honest, because obviously, as you'll see here in the stats, Oscar Polo, well, he is only an 83 overall, so he's not 85 like we were hoping, but I'm confident he will hit 85 probably before the end of the season, to be honest. Looks absolutely incredible. And obviously Stefan Ninkov is only one rating below what Bartley was, and he's only 26 years old, so he's still got a few more years at the top level. So I think we've made some great deals there, although those work rates on Ninkov, absolutely terrible. High attacking, low defensive, don't like that at all. But anyway, I'll have to change that. But still, Christian Sinclair also comes in as well for £2.3 million. It was just a purchase I thought I might as well, because he's 75 overall, 6'3". He's just going to do as a cover play, Nathan Baker we're trying to shift on. Hopefully we will sell him before the end of the transfer window, and also Spearing's a free agent who we're trying to loan out. It's just for cover really and peace of mind, and £2.3 million not a bad deal for him. So yeah, I'm very happy. I know quite a few people were disappointed that Bartley got sold, because of course he is 86 overall and a very decent centre back, only 24 years old, but £69 million, come on now, that's very hard to turn down for even a first team player, let alone a player that only gets onto your bench. So yeah, I'm happy with the business we've done. We've brought a really good new striker, a good backup centre back, another reserve centre half, and also a good scout as well, and also a youth player, a good young player as well in Sean Howe. So yeah, it's been a decent piece of business in my opinion at least. But anyway, we take on Huddersfield here for the second and final game of today's episode in the FA Cup. Now we're through to the Capital One Cup final. We would love to get to the FA Cup final again, as we take on Huddersfield here in a round of no, not round 16, round of 32, and well, it took us just 33 minutes to open the scoring. Ezekiel gets it there. Nice little ball forward by Anderson Rodriguez, and it is Ezekiel who smashes it past the goalkeeper to make it 1-0. And in the 44th minute, Ezekiel's doing the job here. Gives it to Howell, our new left midfielder. He goes down the left-hand side. A really good chance here. He offloads it towards Quaim Marsh, and it's our free agent who we signed, the centre forward, who gets a very simple goal, and his first goal of his Millwall career. So a good assist for Howell on his debut, and a good finish for Marsh there, and it's 2-0. And the game seemed done done, to be honest. It really did. Huddersfield didn't really threaten in the game at all. It took until the 69th minute before they'd have their first shot on, well, not even on target, went off target, but their first attempt, if you will, on target. It goes wide of the post and out for a goal kick. So had a good chance there, but I messed it up. And in the 84th minute, Hogg gives the ball to Holmes, and Huddersfield did want them to get themselves a consolation goal, if nothing else. And as Shaw goes through 1-1, he ends up winning a penalty off our free agent centre-back Spearing, the free agent we signed, Spearing, who also gets a booking. And it was one of those where it was a shirt pull, and you know, sometimes they're given, sometimes they're not, and sometimes you can understand why they have been. And I don't know, like, is that a penalty? I'm not really sure, to be honest. I can see why the referee gave it, I really can, but I'm not 100% certain. But I'm not going to complain. It's a penalty to Huddersfield, I guess deservedly so, and it's a good chance for them to get themselves at least a consolation goal. They weren't going to cause a fight back, but this will be a good consolation goal for them. It's Shaw against Alex McCarthy. Who's going to come out on top? Well, I was sure that Shaw would score, and he did. So Shaw gets the goal. It's Huddersfield 1, Millwall 2, but that was how the game finished, as you'd expect. We're through to the next round of the FA Cup, and that is fantastic news for us. But as always, guys, a big thank you for watching the video. I really hope you have enjoyed it. If you have enjoyed the video, please leave a like, because that's much appreciated, and it really does help my channel out. And I'll see you for the next episode of Career Mode very soon.